Welcome to the Mas Lorraine Show, where we bring more light everywhere through heart-to-heart conversations. I'm your host, Alysha L, and we are live at the FutureLAND conference here in Cleveland, Ohio.
Welcome back, DJ Focus, Mas Lorraine. Listen, we live at the 2023 FutureLAND event, and this experience has been off the hook, sis.
God is showing up.
And showing out.
It's showing out. We're just walking in purpose.
Yes, we are.
It sounds simple.
It's not simple.
It's not simple.
It's not. Sometimes it
feeling simple, right? I feel like we just in a flow, brother. We just flowing with this.
We blessed. Are
you putting in the effort? I'm not. We're just walking.
No, God doing it. I just show up. I tell people all the time, I just show up.
That's
he do all the work.
Well, we got a special guest.
Yes, we do.
Keith, what's up?
What's good, Cleveland?
Cleveland in the building. How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing.
Feeling amazing. You've been here for a couple days now, right?
Yeah, I got here a few days ago.
Yep. What's been your experience so far?
Well, the best thing that I've seen is a lot of the architectural designs in this city. That's super amazing. Even where we're sitting right now, the hotels I've stayed in,
Yeah.
I'm looking up. You can tell I'm a tourist because I'm like, wow, this is amazing. So, and also this FutureLAND has been amazing. The people that are here, the quality of people that are here have been really amazing. Great connections.
Yeah, well, we're glad to have you in the city. So why don't you go ahead and share a little about yourself and what you have going on for everyone listening?
Yeah, so I'm gonna give you the short story because we could have a documentary about what I do. But long story short, my friends went viral on Vine back in the day. And they asked me to be their manager. So if you know anything about social media, if you was on Vine, that was the best days of social media.
Do it for the Vine.
Yes, do it for the Vine. And then they got on Instagram. Right when Instagram transitioned to their first video platform, and they just blew up. And I kind of was that individual that was behind them to help navigate their career as the creator industry became more serious.
Yeah.
We started off having fun doing it just because we just wanted to do it. Now we're having fun and we're making money. Pre-COVID, during COVID, December 2020, we launched the first Black content house in the United States.
Wow.
Which was extremely viral. We got on the New York Times. The New York Times produced a documentary on Hulu. After that, we were on it's a lot of different platforms. ABC News Nightline, Entertainment Tonight. It was huge. So that really what took us, put a lot of eyes on us, and also put a lot of eyes on Atlanta. The article that that featured us in the New York Times, it was headlined Atlanta, the new influencer capital of America.
Wow.
That's major, and
yeah.
It was about us and what we were doing. So here we are today. I have the largest Black social media talent management companies in the United States.
Say that.
Yes. And we're very, very blessed. Very, very blessed to be able to create not just a platform, but also put eyes on our city and also put eyes on Black and brown creators who are wanting more.
Absolutely.
So what officially does a talent manager do? Speak a little bit more to that.
Yes, that's I babysit.
No, come on, talk about it then.
The thing
go ahead.
I have a very, very tactical job, but it's just to make sure that they're advancing in their career, making sure they're getting paid is most important, and make sure that they avoid things that will be detrimental to their career. Make sure they're setting up and also being ahead of them. So one of the best things that I did for a lot of the creators is tell them to get on TikTok right on time. My creators were already famous on YouTube and Instagram, Facebook, Vine, so they didn't really see TikTok as something that they needed to do.
Okay.
But I told them in business, you never want to do that. You always want to diversify. You want to be open. You want to revolutionize because you will become obsolete. I said, listen, just get on the app, create a profile, upload 5 videos, and leave it just in case. Now a lot of them are the top TikTok stars there is, Wow. So just being ahead of them sometimes is super important, and know how to position their careers and make sure they don't get in, with our legal team, making sure they're not getting into bad agreements as well. So
that's
just
critical.
Connecting the dots.
That's critical. That representation
Yes.
is important, and the
the leadership of expertise. You don't know what you don't know, right? And
Yeah.
so what you guys are providing is a skill set, the back end, the back of the house work that creators don't always have the time or the background or the knowledge on, that you're helping to cover that expense as well, because it is expensive. It is expensive to get into
Can't do
some of
nothing
this
without the money.
trouble. You know, it is. And so for you guys, that's amazing. One thing I wanted to bring up, I follow you on IG, right? Also know you're a spiritual person. So take us through that journey of navigating social media, which can have some very dark
keep it a buck
elements.
too now. Come on now.
Yeah.
Keep it a
Right?
buck.
Yeah.
How do you stay true to who you are in God and in this space?
Yeah. So the thing is, like, what I tell myself and a lot of creators is this up and down. It's different social media platforms come out. You know what I mean? And sometimes it can become overwhelming for them. So I just tell them to just wherever they go, be genuine and be who you are and trust God. And it'll align.
Yeah.
Even when we first started our content house, we didn't know how we was going to pay for it. We got a blessing, seed money from Meta. That gave us money to produce reels.
Shout out Meta.
Shout out to Meta. And we used that money, but the majority of it was gone because of, you know, when you moving and renting a $1 million house, they want first month rent, deposit, and last month rent.
Wow.
And that's probably $10K at a time, times 3. So all that money was gone. So now we were just pushing on faith. Like, we know if we just be present and just get to that point, he'll take us the rest of the way. And that's what happened. And boom, all this stuff came for us. So, and we just was being who we were. And I knew that if the right eyes saw us, we would just continue to be prosper. And also we were sitting at the right tables, we would be good. So no matter what, just be who you are. And that's the problem with a lot of influencers and creators, is they try to be who they're not to get numbers. But I said, no, you don't need. God will provide for you just for being who you are. Ooh. And that's my number one thing that I tell them.
Have you ever got any kickback for being so bold about your faith? Because it's all over you.
To be honest, no.
Oh, that's good.
Not yet, but I'm ready.
Pull up on me.
Right.
I've just been so bold, you know, and then I think I'm grateful that God has aligned people around me who have been sensitive to the faith.
Okay.
You know, I just said what I believe. He'll stack people in front of you to help you go to where you need to go. And that's how my everyday, my prayer, even here. Last night we had a moment. It was like, this is all God. The guy that is with Shade Room, he was like, this is all God. I just got baptized. So we had a whole moment at the Marble Room together at the table.
Wow, really?
Wow, that's so powerful. And that's what we're saying. We were just talking about that 5 minutes ago, about the synergy. And I think that's really the cry of so many of our hearts. You know, it talks about like all creation is crying for the manifestation. And that's what we're seeing, is like we are the true manifestation on earth now. And it is so electrifying. And that's what keeps me even wanting to do this work, because it is not always easy, right? Talk about simple. It's not always easy. So what type of encouragement you have, you know, for someone like me or others in this space where we are led in the spirit and by our faith? However, it's not always easy to be bold. Right? It's not always easy to be disruptive and be unliked. So what type of encouragement or advice could you offer some of us out here who our platforms are growing and we're being asked to do more things, but sometimes they don't want to fool you. They want a piece of you.
See, that ain't for you. If they don't want that, that ain't for you. You got to go where you want it.
Go where
you need it. It's who mess with you. And I posted this last night. I said, why would I be worried about a gatekeeper when I know the gate maker?
Oh,
you better preach.
Why would I be? Why? So when you know who controls everything, you don't have to be worried. You just flow.
Wow.
Everything will align for you. And not just for you, but for those who are in your ecosystem.
That part, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. Listen, if it's one thing you could change about on the business side, what would you change?
Oh, I would have taken more risk faster.
Really?
Yes. It took me some time because we were afraid, like, what if this happens? What if this? What if this?
Fear.
Fear. And it's like, God always reminds me, he speaks and says, why do you have little faith? Why, are you not more important than the birds.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you're way more important than that. So I want to provide for you. So just do it. And then just to dumb it down a bit, if you mess it up, you just mess it up.
Right. You learn.
Learn, do the next thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you just got to keep it very basic, you know?
Yeah, taking the risk too. That's something like in business, especially as minorities or people of color, like risk, like there's no time for risk sometimes.
Yeah.
So you want to be careful. And sometimes we wait so long, like, well, it's not perfect. Everything has to be perfect before we post it or put it out there. Like even starting the show, when I started was with a live on Facebook. And I was even mad. I'm like, man, the sound, I ain't got no backdrop. I don't have the sound.
8 years ago, I started in my garage with a 4-channel mixer and a cell phone and Wi-Fi.
Stop. And here we are, Playhouse
Tell
Square
you what God to do.
at FutureLAnd, doing live interviews with some of the best creators in
Opening
the world.
doors.
You know, like it's just, you never know what just putting yourself out there and just being obedient and what God has put on your heart to say, okay, I don't care how it looks, how it sounds, like I have to do this. If not, I ain't going to be able to sleep.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know, so what are you most excited about being here in Cleveland, being at the conference? What has been that energy for you?
Yeah, it's just being able to connect with the people that are here, and also being able to just share my platform.
Yes.
Because it's everywhere I go, and that has been my mission lately. I've done a few other speaking engagements before this. That's why I was like, yes, to do it, and I'm ready to do more because I think God is sending me out now.
Yes.
To speak and to meet people and connect, to bring more opportunities back to our city.
Yeah. So what can Cleveland learn from Atlanta?
Yeah.
I mean, because I've been down in Atlanta. Atlanta goes, and I'm not just talking about the hookah bars, because now we're starting to get some of that. I'm talking about.
They got some good food too.
Yes, they do. But
y'all
y'all got something going right.
Yeah.
What can we learn from Atlanta? Learn what you guys are doing.
We gotta put each other on.
Put each other on.
Wow.
That's what we do. We were just discussing that last night. We was like, Atlanta, we just take care of each other, just genuinely. Like, okay, I'm gonna put you on. I'm gonna set this up. We all gonna get on. That's how we are in Atlanta.
I love that.
Where you see your business in 5 years? Where you want to go? Where you want to take it?
Big agency, talent agency, film producing, movies, shows, all that. Big, like Tyler Perry.
Say it.
Type.
Yeah. Yes.
He right
And
there
more.
with you too. He in Atlanta.
Like he is.
Yes, that's awesome. So we love to wrap our shows with a pure message. So the Mas LeRae show is all about a pure message for our generation, shining more light. What's your pure message that you can share with the audience?
Be consistent and trust God.
Be consistent.
That's my everyday. Be consistent, trust God.
Yeah.
I love it. How can people find out more about you, check you out?
Yes. So Instagram is Young Gun CEO, YOUNGGUNENS. If you Google, I hate to say that, but
Google me.
It's so cliche. But if you go on Google, type in my name, everything will come up. You could really dive deep. Also, I do have a documentary on Hulu for what we did back in 2020. It's on the New York Times. On Hulu, it's called Who Gets to Be an Influencer? The New York Times presents. So I definitely recommend everyone checking that out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us,
Thank you
man.
for
This is
having
such a pleasure and an honor.
Thank you for putting this together.
Absolutely. You're welcome.
Definitely a blessing. Listen, DJ Focus, Mas LeRae, we live at the 2023 FutureLAND event. Power 89.1 FM is live in the mix. We got to go to a quick break. We coming back with more. Keep it locked. You tuned into The Fix. You know The Fix is in.
The Mas LeRae podcast is brought to you by Breakthrough Sounds, a recording studio and media company located in Valley View, Ohio. Your creativity creates here. Schedule a tour today at btsoundscle.com.
Welcome back to Mas LeRae Show on The Fix.
Yes.
We're live at FutureLAND. We got a special guest. Jessie, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. How are you feeling?
We're feeling good. FutureLAND, how's it been treating you?
FutureLAND has been a very different experience in the greatest way possible. You know, it's the first time that I've seen something like this in Cleveland. You know, being raised here, seeing something like this go down is huge. So
it's amazing.
It's amazing.
So share a little bit about yourself.
My name is Jessie Pleasant, 19-year-old entrepreneur, owner of Changency digital media marketing agency, and born and raised in Cleveland. Immigrant parent. Other parent didn't go to college. Just paving my own way, paving my own path, and trying to make a staple in my community that I grew up in.
I love it. So why media? I mean, so many things you can do with your life and in your career. What's important to you for media?
So I saw an opportunity in an overly saturated market, which is kind of different. So a lot of people have marketing agencies, but none are like Changencies. So I say that to say that, There's no personal connection. You know, people can run paid ads, but who's going to check up on you outside of the business? Who's going to make sure that personal connection is there? Because if I get to know you as a person, I know how to develop your business because I know your mission, I know your passion, and I know that I could emotionally attach myself to the message that you're trying to portray, and I can make sure I do that in the best way possible. So I just looked at it and said, you know, this is business, but it could be more personal to allow people to understand what businesses are truly trying to, like, what's the deeper meaning behind their business. And I feel like that's the goal, honestly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Listen, 19 years old already, I feel like he's a business mogul already. Just speak to, when did you know that you wanted to, like, really go forth and, like, do what you're doing?
So my dad used to always tell me the man with the plan that changes every 30 seconds because I always knew I was going to be big, but I just didn't know what it was going to be.
Since young?
Yeah.
Okay.
So about a year ago, last December, a really tough time happened. And I just looked at myself and I said, you know, people depend on you to make something happen. You know, people are looking at you. My family's looking at me. Cousins, aunts, relatives, whatever, are looking at me to be, you know, that catalyst in the family to change the narrative for our family. And I looked at myself and I said, well, what can I do? I'm smart, I'm perspicacious, I pay attention, I'm observant. And I was cultivated by media. I was cultivated by technology. I grew up with a screen in my face every day. I know that if I could apply my observations with the skills that I was cultivated with, growing up with, that I could make a real change happen. So that's what I knew, that this was a thing.
Man, I mean, that's a great answer. That's amazing. Well, congratulations on what you're doing. Like, what would you say to a younger entrepreneur? You know, we just left CSU. There's a pitch competition going on there with high school students. They're competing for $1,000 right now. 14, 15-year-olds who may think entrepreneurship in them, and some of them already have a side hustle. Like, what would you say to them to help encourage them, and any advice?
Miss out. Miss out on those parties. Miss out on drinking, smoking, whatever everybody else is doing. Miss out. Figure out what you want the most. Because if you can say you want it, but if you want to go to a party more than you want to stay at home and work, then do you really want it? So my thing to you is mean what you say and say what you mean and miss out. That's what I would say.
Man, he's so disciplined. Wisdom and just discipline. You know, what's next for you? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years? More than a media company, more than just marketing, turning Changency into more of an entity than just an agency, if that makes sense. Using my marketing skills to help people grow outside of just business, but sports growth, artist growth, you know, just really taking the foundational things that we learned through our marketing agency and apply it to many different things. And bringing as many people up as we can along the way.
Man, that's a beautiful.
He's 19.
19 years old. 19 at FutureLAnd. How can people get a hold of you? Get in contact with you?
People can get in contact with me on Instagram, Jessie Plez, JESSEPLEZ. You can get in contact with me on the Changency Instagram as well, CHANGE.NCY.
Well, thank you so much for joining the show, man. It's so great to meet you. We actually met for the first time yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, man, come to the show. Let's just talk about what you have going on and create that platform for you to share your story. It's important.
I appreciate that. Can I say one message?
Yeah, say it.
Guys, it's very important. I know I don't want to force religion on anybody, but keep God in your life.
Oh, you know, say that.
God hears your cries. God hears your prayers. Stay down and trust Him and trust me. You'll see what you've been praying for. So that's
Amen.
The fix is
Drop
in.
the mic.
Listen, that's what the fix is about.
All right, we appreciate you. We'll be right back with Maslow Show.
What's up, everyone? It's Alysha here, and I'm one of the founders of FutureLAND. Our mission is to transform Cleveland's innovation and tech ecosystem to be more inclusive and supportive of diverse founders and entrepreneurs. Together, we're building Cleveland's future. So check us out at FutureLandCLE.com. For the future, for the culture, for the land.
Welcome back, family. Welcome back, family. DJ Focus live at the 2023 FutureLAND event. You already know, Power 89.1 FM, WNZN. Got my sis still kicking it with Maslow, and we just having a great time, man.
We are vibing, like this, all of it.
It's a whole lot of money in the building. I just want to say it's a whole lot of money in the building.
Synergy, collaboration.
Yes.
The spirit is aligned.
Yes.
I mean, this is all of it. All the vibes is just coming together. But we got some special guests.
Yes, we do.
I got some boys with me up here, JR and Chad Porter. What is going on?
Hey, how are you? How are you?
Welcome to the show.
How you doing?
Man, I've been trying to get Chad up here for the last 2 days. So
been some
I'm happy
time.
you
We've
can
been
bless
busy.
the stage with your presence.
Oh, appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So, JR, we're going to start with you. Why don't you go share a little about yourself and what you have going on?
All right, so I'm R Fogel. I am the creator of Lokul app, Lokul TV, and now 123 apps, 123 APPZ.
Say it. What you, Chad? What you got going on?
So I'm the founder and CEO of CHVD JUSTIN. We're an innovative wearable bag brand seeking to transform the outdated backpack industry. In 5 to 10 years, 25% of students, kids, teachers, adults will have our wear pack
Talk your
instead of
talk.
the outdated
He
backpack.
just
Talk
did
your
the whole,
talk.
the whole pitch.
Yeah, he did the whole pitch.
Look at this
Talk
boy.
your
This
talk.
is
Gotta
clean.
promote
So how can I get my own custom? You know what I'm saying?
You want
The
the
fix.
fix.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
no.
Are y'all doing custom work or you
We
just
do
doing?
wholesale custom work. You know, don't buy no backpacks. Buy a wear pack. Get it
Wear
fully
pack.
custom from CHVD JUSTIN. You can
And
also
you haven't even seen the full John.
you haven't even seen it. It comes with a backpack, chest pack,
Really?
fanny pack,
all of
5
it.
bags in
Yeah.
one.
And one.
5 bags in one
5 bags in one
for affordable price.
for affordable price.
And you think
Had
you
a
only
penny.
need one.
But you got 5.
You think you only need one.
That's boss up.
Come on now.
So how did you even come up with this idea to even create these wear
So
packs?
I actually created it in my dorm room in college. I came up with the idea after having a huge bulky backpack, a ton of books that I didn't use. They switched to a digital
heavy.
curriculum. So I actually needed some technology, not the books. So it made me realize that the industry was outdated. So I sought to change it. So I got my campus job, learned the process of manufacturing in one of my classes, and over 6 months kind of learned how to hand sew, use a sewing machine, and built this product up. You know, over
Man,
time.
it's amazing.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then JR taking over, I mean, Lokul TV, you got the app, you interview. I mean, he's everywhere in Atlanta, Nashville. I mean, my guy's
hip,
just,
Oh, it's game
what's
time.
the vision? What is, because you do so much, you know, in our culture, we hear that, I mean, you doing too much, you know. So for people to understand the bigger vision of Lokul and where you see this going, well, share with us what that looks like for you.
No excuses.
No excuses.
None at all.
I
Huh?
love that.
No excuses. Think about it. If you're a creator, if you're an entertainer, if you're great at doing that thing that you do, if you could go to one place and get distributed for everything that you do,
Yes.
you have no excuses.
Wow.
So we land, air, sea. It don't matter. We got you.
Everywhere.
So talk about just the development of the app. How did you even develop this app?
So actually, I just created a platform that makes it easier for people to do the same thing that I did.
Okay.
So instead of hoarding the information, I made it accessible for everyone else.
Everybody.
So 123 APPZ, you go build your own app.
Wow. So you're giving the knowledge back.
There it is.
How important was that for you?
It was difficult because of my mindset. So I'm not going to say that I'm above having that hoarder mindset where it's like, yo, you know what? No, I had to get out the mud. You go get out the mud. So it's like I had to get past that, and being in other cities and seeing how other people shared their information and how they were willing to network and willing to help each other. It just made me realize where I was dropping the ball at, right? Because sometimes you can't be afraid to look in the mirror. So that's what I started doing. I was like, yo, you know what? Let me make this accessible for everyone else. And I figured out a dope way to do it where it doesn't cost people a lot of money.
Man, it's amazing. I would say one thing about JR, we met a couple years ago in collaboration space, and even working through our relationship and understanding, okay, what is collaboration and why is it important? Because there is enough for all of us to eat. And I think being in a city like Cleveland where that culture is not here, there's a survival mentality, and it is like, is this only for me? Nah, JR, I can't let you come in here because you're going to come in and you're going to take this from me.
Exactly.
So I believe what we've been doing is trying to break down those barriers and building trust to say, no, JR, I'm me. I can only do what I can do. No one else can do what I can do. It's
Right.
special. And what you do is only special to you, right? There's only one JR. And so creating that culture of true collaboration now to say, no, these are safe places where we can build trust and build real meaningful business relationships, and also relationships that are, you know, geared in love. Like, I'm coming from a good place when I want to put you onto something. I'm not coming because I
but
need
listen,
something.
What's wrong with
but-
working together?
Right.
But hold on, wait. But I need to really make you bring this home, right? To that point, think about as entrepreneurs individually, like before we all met, right?
Yeah.
How many times have people told you that same thing only to get that knife in your back?
Yeah.
Dang.
So it becomes hard to regain
That's
that
true.
trust and to move in that love. It's like, yo, like even when we first met,
Yeah.
we both like.
We're both looking like, nah. We both left the meeting like, nah, that ain't it.
Hey, look like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear
Say
you.
you do again.
Yeah, but the thing I would say though, we have worked through that, and we even if we don't come eye to eye on certain things, it's okay.
Absolutely.
We're working through that, and we're setting a standard now. Like no, like I'm not gonna just go out and do it if I know you're doing something similar. How do we branch together? What about you, Chad? You in this space? I mean, you're taking over with the wear packs, everything. Last year, FutureLAND was very significant for your business.
Yeah.
So that collaboration piece, this year you were on main stage, right? You got an opportunity to share your story.
Yeah.
What does collaboration mean for you and for your company?
No, well, collaboration has been essentially huge. It was that one pivotal piece that kind of built our success. Like I was kind of similar. Like I started this by myself. I was hand so. Once I started seeing a little success, you're like, I gotta gatekeep it. But then one of the biggest things transpired. I'm like, put another company's logo on my product, All of a sudden, that turned into the biggest feature of our business. We started collabing with brands, with organizations. And then all of a sudden, we're selling more units. I'm meeting more people. It grew the business. And then also, I had to realize that on this journey, there's almost so much we can do ourselves. There's only so much I know. You know, sometimes we're geniuses in our own right, that we can be a genius, but if you want to take that genius to the world, I might need a genius in marketing. I might need a genius in production. I might need a genius in the same thing. It's still mine, but you bring it in because they bring that value to your stuff, but then you might bring that value to their stuff. They might meet a genius in that space too. And then they're like, man, I got to pay you your full price. I got to give you this because I know what you bring and I appreciate how you help me with mine too. So I think
that's beautiful.
It's something that it's a little fearful. It's a little scary, but on the other side of fear, it's success.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire. You know, JR, talk a little bit more about, you know, your app, the TV, the program, and everything you're doing, bringing a lot of the black businesses together and having that directory.
Well, my ultimate goal with that is honestly to provide a platform where you can go and have your spirit fed, your mind fed, you know what I'm saying? Like, and there's no ratchetness. So it's like to do that.
Why was that so important?
Well, because you can find it everywhere, right?
True.
The culture has been tainted, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's pee in the pool. And
Talk about
Say
it.
that.
so the reality is that somebody has to offer that alternative.
Yes.
So we stand on our pillars: faith, family, fitness, finance. If it's not about that, you won't find it on Lokul TV. And I'm standing on that. So it's like we're collabing with, you know, creators like yourselves. Like we're gonna have a conversation.
Absolutely.
But it's like that's to give you guys a bigger platform as well. We in the world. We're not talking about just Cleveland. Cleveland is cool.
The world, Craig.
But we have collaborations with partners in Texas, Cali, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm here to meet somebody, you know what I'm saying, that's not from this area. So that's what it's about. If we're not trying to really like further the culture, then really what are you doing?
Right. So why is FutureLAND so important for the city, for creators like you and me and everyone on the stage and everyone who's been walking through? Why is it so important?
Yeah, I can start. I just specifically was saying the Midwest, like we don't have this. So there's no opportunities to grow. I'll say my business is doing better now. We have that opportunity success, but FutureLAND was that. It's kind of crazy to say, but I didn't know at the time, but I really needed that win. I needed that platform to get here.
He won a
Straight
pitch
up.
competition last year here.
Did he
Straight
really?
up,
Yeah, he
yeah.
won,
We
yeah.
won the pitch competition. That was the most money I had ever received for my business. I have been pitching people all over different stuff. Never got anything. All of a sudden, I got this platform. We won. Now the ideas that I've been working this hard to bring to life, I finally got a chance. Sometimes, bro, like all we need is a chance, a shot. And that's why I look at FutureLAND. Like it was something, my first time of getting the opportunity. And that I think that's the big part about community. We need just opportunities. We need something that we can come, that I could accidentally meet someone like you if I'm an artist or someone, to finally get the opportunity to just get my music out there, get the opportunity to pitch my business, get the opportunity to connect with business partners. And I think that's the biggest thing, the community that it brings.
Yep.
Man.
That's real.
Makes
What about you,
huge.
Jay?
I would say the challenge that it represents.
Ooh. Talk about that.
Because for me, I look at everything a little bit differently. Everybody see blue, I see green, right? But the way I see FutureLAND is really like it presented me with a unique opportunity and challenge. it's a blessing to get on that stage, right? Even last year, just kind of being in the building and hovering and really like taking in the energy.
Last year in the building, my guy he wasn't just in the building. He was in the demo hall. He had a table right in the front of the demo hall.
Hey, listen, I mark it. I play no games.
Opportunity. He gonna talk to everybody.
2,000 people, foot traffic. I think half of them held his sign for a photo.
Thank you.
So for someone like this, JR, all right, to talk about I was just in the space. No. Because position in the space.
That's part about being in a room. Yeah. When you in the room, you have to make your presence felt, right? And that was prime placement for me to be in the room, make my presence felt, get my brand exposure, and really just, if you didn't know who I was before then, you knew who I was when you left, right?
Yeah. So talk about them this year. I didn't want to interrupt, but I had to put a little stamp on that because it's significant for growth in business.
But also, watch this. Even based upon the relationships that's forged due to FutureLAND, right? Because I didn't have that placement just by myself.
Right, that's all I'm like, come on.
You know what I mean? So, but to get to my point about the challenge that it represents, what role will you play in the city moving forward?
Yeah.
Right? We know where we started at. You know where you started at last year, right? And a lot of this wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for you. I'm going to give you your roses. I don't care.
Always. Appreciate you.
But the reality of it is the city is here, right? What role can I play in getting the city here? So that's why when you ask me the question about, okay, well, what made you want to make apps more accessible for everybody else? Is because a small part of my ego is like, yo, you know what? Bet I could change the landscape.
Facts.
I'm going to increase the opportunity. I'm going to increase the education. When you partner those two and you make it accessible for everybody, you can't help but to win. So a win for me is next year when it's 20, 30, 40, 50 more people launching an app and they in the pitch competition.
Yep.
Yo, I created that on 123 apps.
That's fire.
Wow. That's crazy.
So that's my goal.
Well, we're speaking it, so we're going to make sure, look, this is all going to be documented. So when we run this back, you already know this is call to action. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I want to talk about it on the show is we don't need to just have the same old people in the room making decisions for people like you and me, and they don't even look like you and me. They don't come from where we come from. A lot of them are not even in the city anymore. So why it's important for the mayor to make the comments that he has made about for us, by us, as cliche as it may be from FUBU, right? But it's true. And we have to not only hold ourselves accountable to that, we have to hold him and administration and leadership accountable to that, because we can't just present something and then behind the scenes, it's not like that, right? And that's why creating spaces for people like you two and you and me to be here. It's like, no, we're not just going to be at a table. No, next year we're pitching. And next year we're going to have 50 people doing the app that I put together. And next year we're going to take over the main stage and not just up on the balcony, right? So it's the elevation, but you have to start somewhere. And that's why I respect the both of y'all's hustle, because I see y'all, we see each other all the time at different events, different places, and we're always trying to move to the next thing. So in these spaces, what's something you can share about advice, networking? And you always talk about being in the room. That's your part of your slogan.
Get in the room.
Be in the room. What's something you can offer on a tip for entrepreneurs or someone trying to take their hustle to the next level in these spaces? Because it can also be frightening navigating through and saying, like, how do I get to where I need to get to, and where do I put myself in those type of positions?
Oh, I got this one. Give me 1 second. Find the you wherever you at. Find the you. There's a you in Atlanta. There's a you in Dallas. There's a you all across the country, right? Find that person that's doing that thing that you want to do and just reach out to them. Don't be afraid to network with somebody that might look like a lateral move, right? Who cares? They're in the same lane, but they're doing their own thing. Yo, would you mind? How can I add more value to you? When you lead with an open hand, more people are more receptive. But don't be afraid to have that conversation. So to that person out there who's sitting in their room, they sitting on dope ideas, they sitting and they're playing small, go get in the room. The creative meetup in Cleveland. Come link up with us.
The 18th.
Come on.
Down at Breakthrough Sound Studios. That's a plug.
Listen, but that's a room that we created because it wasn't that here. Go find those rooms, man, and don't be afraid to speak up.
Chad, what you got?
No, 100%. I'll touch on exactly what he's saying. You just got to be open and working and talking with people and just showing up, show up. A lot of times you're like, man, I don't even want to go, or I don't even feel there's an opportunity there. Go up, show up, and put your best foot forward. The biggest thing I can say with entrepreneurs is persistence, dedication, and actually putting in the work. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter what you do. You actually have to put in the work, or when you get to a level, you're not even gonna know what to do. You're not even gonna be able to handle what the blessings you get if you didn't put in the work. You know, free throws, practice shots. You're gonna miss them in the game if you didn't practice. It's gonna show. You're gonna lose. So if you hustle to put in that work, the best thing you can do for yourself is to go in there and talk to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Put in the actual work, and just your luck, you might get to where you want to be. You want to meet someone that inspires you to keep going. You probably were about to give up, but just you talking to someone that's like, hey man, I got something for you.
Preach, Pastor.
No, seriously. I had to learn this lesson a few times. That's really just saying, you know what?
Put the work.
Let me go. Let me just do it. I might have not had the nicest clothes, for real, you know? But it doesn't matter. You might not have the nicest, you might not be where you're at, but it's just going there, and you might meet someone that's just like you, that sees, man, I remember that. And all of a sudden, you're in a whole different place.
It resonates, man.
Right, yeah.
I love it.
That is, get in the room, man.
Get in the room.
Because, guys, I'm sorry. But we can speak on that all day, because when you're around people that see you for you and appreciate that and speak life into that, man, that's contagious, bro.
It is.
Ooh, yeah.
Get in the room.
It ignites.
Look at my face.
It does ignite. Fellas, tell the people how they connect with you and follow you.
Okay. So, hey guys, you can follow us on @CHVD Justin on all of our social media, CHVD Justin. For our website, you can do chvdjustin.com or chadjustin.com, whichever works. And then you can follow me personally at I am Chad Justin on all social medias.
And for me, you can text the word Lokul, LOKUL, to 33777, and all my information to come to you.
Okay, we fan. He's like, you got to come with something technical.
You
with
know
JR.
he was going to come with something technical.
Always
He
marketing.
always
He said,
trademarking
text me. I'm like,
everything.
you
You know how he do.
Yeah, text me. I'm about to give your number out. No, I love it.
Yeah, we love it. Listen, DJ Focus, Marcel Ray, we got to go to a quick break. We coming right back with more. We live at 2023 FutureLAND. If you ain't here, you sleeping. Keep it locked. You tune into The Fix. You know The Fix is in.
Thank you for tuning into the Marcel Ray Show. You can follow us on all social media at Marcel Ray. That's MASLARAE. You can also check out our website for more behind-the-scenes content at marcelray.com.